Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Fly With Us podcast. This podcast is bringing the art of conversation, self-love, mental health care and protection, life lessons, love lessons, and everything in between. Today, we're going to talk about how to know when to let go. Ooh. I'm Lady Bounce.
And I am A Slate.
All right. So,
all right.
We got Beyonce. We got Frankie Beverly.
Hey, which one we rolling with?
We can roll whichever one you want.
But them kids do that. They do that Beyonce dance, whatever that dance is. Hey, we know this one.
Before I Let Go challenge.
Yeah, they do that, and they do that good.
So we got Before I Let Go.
Before I let go.
Before I let go.
What are we holding on to that no longer serves us?
And why?
Do tell, young lady. Do tell.
Let me see. One thing I know, I mean, I can only speak from personal experience, but I've seen other people hold on to it too. We hold on to grudges.
Oh, yes.
We hold on to jobs that no longer fulfill us.
Yes.
We definitely hold on to relationships that no longer serve us.
Oh, God, yes.
We hold on to material things that no longer serve a need or a purpose.
Good stuff. I had a little bit of almost all that.
Right.
Got some clothes we need to get rid of.
You haven't touched in a year.
Yeah.
Or like that one lady, I never remember her name, but her book was big last summer, talking about the art of decluttering. And she said, hold everything that you own. And if it doesn't bring you a direct feeling of joy or a happy emotion, get rid of it.
Wow.
I was like, that's
what if it's
heavy.
a person?
She said, same thing. She said, if you touch it and she said, hold it close to your heart. And if it doesn't bring you an emotion that makes you happy or makes you feel fulfilled in any type of way, let it go.
Right. I mean, if we holding on to all kind of stuff that ain't making us feel some type of way, we should let it go so we can get the stuff that will make us feel good. We need to make room for what we do want. Yeah, I used to have a person in my phone when I knew that it needed to be It needed to be let go. I had it in my phone. No longer in service until I was brave enough and sure, positive. I was absolutely sure and positive that it was time to let that thing go.
Did you delete the rest of the text messages?
Honey, I'm telling you, when I say I deleted, blocked, erased, I deleted the contact before I blocked the contact to make sure there was no way they could make contact.
Okay.
So and I couldn't remember the number. So that's a good thing.
And you got rid of old voicemails.
Yes.
From doing the happy times.
Except I will have to admit, I need to do that. I kept one voicemail in particular because it was so mean and spiteful and evil, and I wanted to remember this is who this person really is. Never, ever return to this. So, but now I have such a beautiful person in my life that came right on in the space where they rightfully should have been, and I'm so excited.
That is exciting.
So that's a little bit of my spiel, but speaking of things that knowing when to let go and finding someone great, praise God, you and your husband watched a movie recently called Someone Great.
Yes, it's on Netflix. It was actually a really good movie.
Okay, now who was in that movie?
I never remember his name.
Okay,
you wrote it down.
I
What's
think it was
name?
Lakeith Stanfield is what I got
Lakeith
here.
Stanfield. And if you don't know who he is, he was in Get Out, and he was also the lead character in the movie Sorry to Bother You, which is a really funny, fantastic movie. You should watch that.
Let me write that down. Sorry to bother you.
It's called Sorry to Bother You.
Okay.
It was a really good movie. But it starred him as the lead male in the movie, and Gina Rodriguez, who was in Jane the Virgin.
Okay.
And they had this really great relationship. Like, they were really in love until they weren't.
Okay.
If that makes sense. It started with her. She was a writer, and she got a job for Rolling Stone magazine, and it was an offer she couldn't pass up. They lived in New York. The job required her to move to LA. So the start of their breakup came when she told him,
clean across the country.
I'm leaving. I have to go. I have this opportunity. I gotta go, get it or whatever.
Right.
And that was like the start of their breakup. But the movie is it shows flashbacks. Like she goes out with her girls when she finally decides that the relationship is over and they broke up. So she goes out and has this great fun night with her girls, but she runs into him. So throughout different moments in the movie, they flash back to like these happier parts of their relationship.
Yeah.
And it was so kind and loving and the kind of relationship that you would really want, want to have. So when it finally got to the point where she realized it was over. She says to her friend, she says, I gotta finish it. So she tells this other guy that's just a friend. He's a platonic friend. She tells him at a party, she said, when my friends come back, tell them I had to go finish it and they'll know what I'm talking about.
And don't give too much away. Don't give too much away.
Okay.
But pretty much someone great as far as relationships. Was it
Yes.
about making a decision of
Yes.
when to let go?
She definitely made the decision and she came to it in her own time. Like her friends didn't say, leave it alone, drop it. They really let her kind of figure it all out.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful when you're deciding how to know or when to know when to let go, and you have a good support system around you.
And I have to note, she was a poet as well.
Whoop,
and
whoop.
she wrote this awesome poem that helped her in her mind tie it all into a bow. Oh man, it was fantastic. So I'm not
a firm believer
I ain't
of that,
no more.
writing your way through.
But you got Netflix, watch it.
I'm chilling watching that.
And the poem that she wrote, it was incredible. I was like, go ahead, girl.
Okay,
I
so I really want to see it now because it has a poem in it.
yes, that's the
I love
movie
when
only
things
has
have
value
a
because there's a
poem
poem.
in it, and a poem in
It only has value because it's a poem.
It has value.
Never mind that it was a great movie. There's a
because it has a
poem.
poem. No, it has great value. But I like that. I like that because we were talking about in the last episode about manifesting certain things. So
Yes.
when you write things down, you do it kind of becomes a plan. Like this is what's going to happen,
Right.
And then you can see it more clearly when you've
Write it
written
in
it
ink.
down. Yes, write it in ink. Write it in ink. Okay, and definitely do it. And if you can, poems can be free verse. They don't have to rhyme. They can be free
Yes,
verse.
'cause you
Write
can say
it in
that again.
poetic verse.
I'm so tired of people. I had a student last year. He wrote a poem. It was a bomb poem, and he got an F
Wow.
because the teacher said it didn't rhyme, so it wasn't poetry.
Give the teacher an F. Fail her for that miseducation.
Yes.
All poems do not have to rhyme. Go get Nikki Giovanni's book, One Last Cry, and you will definitely see that all poems don't have to rhyme. If you don't believe it from me, read it from an expert in the game.
I like that.
Nikki Giovanni for sure. Yeah, so then she had to make a decision. Recently we had a very traumatic occurrence that happened in our community, and you, your husband, and your daughter witnessed this all unfold. I'm sending love and light to the family of Miss Donna Brown. I think they're referring to her as Queen
Yes.
Donna Brown.
Queen
so
Donna.
to that queen, fly high. We love you. I did not know her personally, but I do. I can relate personally to situations of domestic violence, especially considering even my last relationship. So yeah, so much love and light to that family. And she had took the steps. She had decided it was time to let go and had got the restraining order. And I just pray that her decision will give another woman, another sister, the power to decide when to let go and what steps to take so that her life and maybe their own will not be in vain, lived in vain. So we have that happened. We love this family. Another thing that happened, I hate to say another thing that happened after that hurts. So how do we get through the breakup blues? Because we know sometimes, be it a job, if you're at work and you're like, I gotta quit, I'm out of here, I'm over this, I'm sick of it. Or even if you're terminated from a position. Sometimes when we're terminated, we have to, it's all about perception, look at that situation and be like, hey, you didn't fire me. you just gave me the keys to go be greater somewhere else later, right?
I agree with that.
You know,
The school that I was at the year before last, it was mutual that I wasn't coming back. And so when my principal decided that she wanted to be spiteful and to tell me, well, we're not going to renew your contract because we're not happy with your services.
I've been there.
I thought in my mind, you can't fire me because I quit already.
Exactly.
I quit 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
When I packed up my last box of stuff, I already quit.
You still got that stuff?
Well, it was my personal teacher
I was
stuff.
gonna say, do you need it? You've been holding it a year. It's time
No,
to let it go.
I actually did some donations, and I've been giving stuff
Beautiful.
away. But they were like my school supplies, my folders, lesson plans and stuff like that, stuff that I could reuse.
And what happened once
keep.
you decided to go ahead and let that go, and you was cool with them saying that, like, thank you?
Honestly, even though it was a horrible situation, I was not happy. I was a little bit sad because I had made great connections with my students. And so I felt like in some ways I was just like everybody else that had quit on them. But I realized that if I'm going to be, and I knew this a long time ago, but if I'm going to be put in a position where I'm going to be doing more harm than good to the kids I work with, if I'm going to be doing them a disservice, then that's not a job I want to have anyway.
Bigger than us. Exactly.
I met and so now, and after that, I was kind of sad because I didn't know where I was going to go. I was like, oh my God, I don't have a job, and I got these bills, I got these kids, I got this man, and they all like to eat more than once a day. But I lucked into a better position, and I ended up getting hired by one of my mentors.
You didn't luck up into it. You worked hard for it.
I worked hard for it, and I actually ended up getting a call from one of my mentors who offered me a job, and I jumped at the chance.
What is for you is for you. I love it.
To do it. So now I'm actually really happy in my job. I mean, and it gets rough. I have some days where I come home and I go, ugh. But as soon as I get done, I'm like, it's still nothing like I had 2 years ago.
I love that, and that's how I feel. Yours is here with career, and that's how I felt about that relationship. Yes, it hurt because you have invested so much of your time and energy into something where you probably wasn't happy. I know for me, I wasn't 100% happy anyway. I was just settling, and I was being complacent, which can keep us in certain spots for far too long, too often. And I figure when I say no longer in service, what I mean by that was no longer in service. This person is no longer in service. It is no longer of service because I'm doing such a disservice to myself and to the Most High God within and around. I can't honor this gift of life by being in a situation that is so heavy and bad and negative, and I'm not being able to be the highest me, or
not even necessarily, and you want to be the highest you, but just to be yourself, period. If I have to change so much about myself to the point where I get lost trying to please you, or
if it's bringing out the very worst of you, if it's bringing out the very worst in you, don't be there. I mean, surround yourself with people and things and stuff that allows you to be happy and free and just like a ball of light and love. And I know it sounds so cliche, but baby, believe me, it's real. You can be a ball of light and love when you get to the other side of that thing. You really can.
It is very real because, one of the things that you always say to me, which I find to be so hilarious, and it's not what you say, it's how you say it. When you say, well, mama can't keep coming up short.
Right.
I'm like, I love that. Like, I hear that in my head.
One of my mentors told me that one time. She was like, you going to keep coming up short. And then when my cousin 2 years ago, she said, cuz I promise I ain't never coming up short again. I mean, and she started loving herself first. She meant that thing. And even when when she ascended, we didn't expect it, but when she ascended, I couldn't even really be too upset.
Right.
And I can't be really too upset. I'll say now because I was there. I can't be too upset because that girl lived her blessed life. After she said that, she said, I'm getting in my car. I'm going to hang out with my friends. I'm driving to Cincinnati. I'm taking my dog with me. I'm going to have some fun. And she literally meant her puppy. And that's exactly what she did. And to me, it gives me peace and solace and hope because she did exactly what she loved and what she needed to do for herself.
Right.
Without harming nobody else, without being selfish to anybody, but loving up on herself. And she did not come up short. And I'm not going to either.
I'm not either. I'm
Right.
not coming up short in my career. I'm
That's
not
right.
coming up short in
your
my
relationship.
my relationship. I'm not coming up short in the service that I give to others.
And your possessions and whatever it may be. If you got a ton of clothes in your drawer and you know you ain't about to wear them things just to make yourself feel like you got them or just because you feel like you can't let them go. Because I promise you, I got rid of some jeans that I just knew I needed to keep. Like, I'm going to get down to this size again.
Right. Like
Are these my favorite jeans? Good night. If I get rid of them, I can find a new pair of favorite jeans or a cute pink pencil skirt. Which pink I don't like. We talked about that, but the color, the shade it is dope. It's so beautiful. It's like a purplish pink, and I really like it. It matched my little thrift store shoes. But anyway, see, when you let some stuff go and you go ahead and get rid of it, when you let some stuff go, you can walk into some amazing things with some amazing heels on and just be beautiful.
I believe that because, like you always, one of the other things you always say is your gift will make room for you.
That's true.
So when you get rid of these things that no longer serve you, it makes room for the things that will
the things
serve you.
that make you feel good and will allow you to be of service to others. You can't when you allowing something, you allowing yourself to be in situations that just bog you down. You can't be your best you. Like you said, you will be doing the kids a disservice. Yeah. You got to let some of that stuff go so you can be the very best you. There's only one of you. We need the best you.
Yes.
We need the best you. And I'm saying that to myself.
Right.
And to everybody listening. We need to see and feel and experience the best you. Let's see. So, we're having a ball as always. So we got to do some self-care.
Yes.
How do we get to be our best you? Because when we do these letting go, when we go through these times where we have to let some things go, it can be rough.
It can.
It's gonna be some tears. It's gonna be some crying. It's gonna be some heartache. I mean, where I'ma work at? What I'ma do? How I'ma sleep at night? Cuffing season coming. Getting through the breakup blues, baby.
Please.
It's gonna be all right. When you are trying to find, this is our self-care assignment for the week. When you are trying to find ways to get through a lonely night after a breakup, never just lie in bed in the dark and contemplate your situation. Here are some quick fix ideas to help you get through the breakup blues. Write down your feelings in a journal. Like the sister did in Someone Great. Write some things down in a journal and help make that what you desire. Help make that manifest. Wash your hair. I know that sounds crazy, but wash your hair. Why Miss Lady Bounce? How'd it go? You said it was a song.
Oh, in the song she says shampoo and press to get you out of my hair.
That's right. Whatever it is, whatever
Well, they say
it is,
when a woman cuts her hair, she's going to change her life.
Something. Well, you ain't gotta cut it. We know you changed your life. You be cutting that thing.
I do indeed.
Man, it's so locked right now. It's locked and loaded. We ready. So yes, wash your hair, or you can just get in the tub, light some candles, sit, soak, and relax. And we do that a lot at Fly With Us. We recommend a lot of times that you get in that tub, take you a bath, and relax.
That's why I pay my water bill.
Just relax. Replace some sad thoughts with thoughts of things that you love. Yes. It don't have to be that person. It don't have to be that job. How you gonna love somebody else or love another job if you still sitting at the one you don't want? Right. Like, let it go. And the last tip to get through the breakup blues is work it out. You don't have to use Kanye's workout plan, but you can find a way to work it out. They got the Riverscape at Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30. Derek is down there. Sorry, Derek, I can't remember your name, but it's Fire Flame Fitness. You can go do some yoga at the Riverscape. You can take a walk. I'm saying everything Riverscape, but you can go anywhere. You know, you just get out, work it out, and get in tune with the inner you and the Most High God, and you're gonna be all right.
You know,
Then,
I have one more thing to add to that list, only because it has worked for me. Depending on the kind of relationship it is or how deep you get in a relationship, I made a list of things that I used to like that I gave up for that relationship, and I purposely went back and started to enjoy those things that I gave up for the sake of this relationship. So do that. All the things that you gave up to be with this person, go get those things back. The ones that serve you well.
I like that because, like you said earlier, we sometimes lose ourselves.
Yes.
And you can't lose yourself in somebody else, especially somebody else or something else that's already lost.
Man,
if you don't like the job because this is disorganized, this ain't right, that ain't right, and you investing all of you in there, well, guess what, baby? That's a reflection of you. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get away from that person. You can be great somewhere else. And then our mindfulness minute will be, I'm just going to have to do this. I don't think we usually do this, but I'm going to say, because we've done count your blessings before. But when you said write it down, keep notes, keep it all together, go back and look at it. Count your blessings. Get you a prayer jar. Get you a prayer jar too.
I like that.
And write down what it is that you want. Write these things that you miss. Put them in there and go back visit it. Same way, however you want to look at it. Call it prayers. Call it things that you desire. Whatever you call it, whatever works for you, do that. But our mindfulness minute, breathe, child, breathe, is live and learn. Live and learn. Don't be so hard on yourself. We don't learn and then live. It just does not work that way. Like we were talking in the last episode, 17-year-olds don't know what 41-year-olds do because they got to do the work. They got to walk and live that thing. You have to live and learn. You will never know until you experience it and you learn from it. That's how we don't fail or make no mistakes or come up short. So go ahead and remember to write your feelings down in a journal. Yes, you can go back and revisit that. Wash your hair. Wash that person or that thing out your head. Work it out. And then be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. All these things were gifted to me, so I'm gifting them back to you. But live and learn. But now, let me stop listening to my own voice. And it is time for our brain science.
All right, so I'm going to give you 12 signs that it may be time to let go. Now, we talked about relationships, but there's all sorts of letting go. That job, that friendship, that man, that woman,
that dress,
that size 5 when you know you need a 12. It's okay, Ma. So these are 12 signs that it may be time to let it go. All right. So the problem isn't life or other people or even ourselves. The problem is our propensity to hold on to what we want and everyone to be in order for life to be good enough for us. Our attachments to our ideals accelerates tension in our bodies and stress in our lives. And our reluctance to let go and accept things as they are is the root of our problem. Of course, we don't want to feel this way, so we try to avoid going through it. So, 12 signs. Number 1, you would rather avoid the reality in front of you. Most people make themselves happy simply by finding it impossible to accept life just as it's presenting itself right now. Remember, a significant key to happiness is letting go of what you assume your life is supposed to be like right now and sincerely appreciating it for everything it is.
Gratitude.
Yes. This was me. You are angered or agitated by your circumstances. Being calm is a superpower that allows your mind to find solutions. Calmness is also a mental state of trust. Instead of overthinking or overreacting, just surrender for a moment and allow yourself to breathe, which instantly gives you the upper hand in tough situations.
I like that.
Number 3. You feel a desire to revisit an old negative habit or situation. Be firm about your decision today. Don't crawl back into old habits and situations that weren't helping you grow. Just keep reminding yourself why you decided to move forward. Stay strong and positive about what's to come by being consistent with what you know in your heart is right. You are always short on time for your priorities. This is so key. If it entertains you now but will hurt you someday, it's a distraction.
Come on now.
Don't settle. Don't exchange what you want most for what you kind of want at the moment. Study your habits and rituals. Figure out where your time goes and remove those distractions. It's time to focus on what matters.
I like that.
This one is so key. And this was also me. You always feel like you're not ready yet. I felt like I was cool being a teacher. I was fine there. I always felt like I wasn't ready to go do something more.
Feeling about that application.
I felt like I'm not ready. You ready?
Okay.
So if you wait until you feel 100% ready, you'll be waiting the rest of your life. Some people wait all day for 5 p.m., all week for Friday, all year for the holidays, and all their lives for happiness.
And it's already tomorrow in New Zealand.
Yes. So don't be one of those people. All right. You long for life to be easier. Daily effort is never wasted, even when it leads to discouraging results. For it always makes you stronger, more experienced, and more dedicated in the long run. It's all just part of your growth process. With effort, things will gradually get better, one way or another. Be patient and remind yourself life never gets easier. You just get stronger.
I love it.
All right. This is so me. I mean, I'm telling you, whoever wrote this is me. You worry constantly about what others think of you. Ooh. One of the greatest freedoms is simply not caring what everyone else thinks. Ooh. Sometimes you need to step outside, get some air, and remind yourself of who you are and what you want to be. Stop waiting for others to tell you how important you are. Tell yourself and believe it. You often catch yourself judging others. A significant yet dangerous temptation in our culture is to judge people and box them into a particular narrative. Don't do this. Don't be lazy and make empty judgments about people. Be kind. Ask about their story. Listen carefully. Be humble. Be teachable. Be a good neighbor.
Be teachable.
Yes.
Just ain't teachable moments.
I love it. You resist and deny the possibility that you may be wrong sometimes. Oh, that thing right there. When you only hear what you want to hear, you're not really listening. Listen to what you don't want to hear too. That's how you grow. There's always room for a new perspective, a new step, a new possibility, and a new beginning. Number 10. You tend to focus on the little things that drive you nuts. Sometimes we scrutinize and dramatize the petty annoyances in our lives. We're blue in the face until we're blue in the face. And then we sit back and scratch our heads in bewilderment of how unfulfilling and empty life truly feels.
Unfulfilling again.
Number 11. You catch yourself desperately wanting to control other people.
Ooh,
The
get out
past.
of the captain's seat.
Yes. The most powerful changes happen in your life when you decide to take control of what you do have power over instead of craving control over everything you don't.
Surrender.
And last but not least, which flies in the face of everything that we talk about, you never put yourself first. Start prioritizing your inner peace. If you need to temporarily distance yourself from someone who brings you down, do so.
Yes.
If you need to forgive yourself or someone else so you can move on, then do so.
Yes.
Take a deep breath and start doing what it takes to get to a better place in your head and heart. When you develop the skill of letting go and you practice it daily, you automatically prepare yourself for any challenge you could possibly face.
That's right. When you go ahead and let go, you opening up yourself to receiving so much more. I love each and every one of those.
I love those too.
It kind of reminded me of like going through the process and listening to some of the steps you can take. It's like the twigs to trees thing. Like we know how a tree starts, and then you go through some stuff, wind, rain, pain, all this, and then you can be a mighty oak tree, a pillar of strength and happiness and joy when you go through the process. Yeah, we just had that that beautiful, beautiful red moon. Here, that strawberry looking moon.
Yes.
Recently, it was so beautiful, and I ran into this wonderful book, We Moon 2018. But I know I need to be looking at the 2019, so I ordered me one, and you can
Yes.
it is We Moon 2018. Gaia Rhythms for Women. Gaia is a Greek goddess. And they're on sale if you go online to wemoon.org. They're on sale for like half off. But within this book is a lot of moon calendars, horoscopes, and of course, poetry.
Poetry.
So, and some great artwork. There's a picture of Moon Countenance by Adriana Garcia, and this piece is called Break Up Kindly, and it is by Linda Albert, written in 2016. And she says, put away all axes and meat cleavers, no matter how great your need to sever the connection, and get yourself away. Free yourself as though you are sauteing small fish. Turn them over carefully so they won't crumble. Don't cause train-wrecked spirits on your tracks to someday shame you. Instead, find courage to leave gently, as though you are a ship's wake phosphorant with plankton lighting up the night. So you can get out the captain's seat. You can go ahead and just be the ship and sail on. Another song Beyonce redid, I think, was the Commodores or
Yes.
Lionel Richie. You can sail on, but remember to go ahead and release that which no longer serves you, so that you can better be of service to yourself, your family, your friends, loved ones, and all that there is to come for you. I know for me, the last thing is don't take yourself so seriously. I learned to dance today with this little girl at my job. She was there, and it was something like flapping your arms. You know that balloon thing that's outside the store when they got a sale, like Cricket have it, and the arms be flapping. So I was doing that, and I felt really good. I let go of a lot of stuff, and one thing was tension. Because you just so silly. Get out there and dance, smile, release, let some things go.
And play with kids.
Yes.
They can teach you so much because they don't care.
Yes. I say it all the time, freshmen can teach. Freshmen can teach, and I don't mean ninth graders. I mean little young thinkers.
Little people.
They are leaders. They definitely are. Stay tuned for some young people's books that I am almost finished with.
Yay!
So yes, we're gonna let some of the kids in the Right Life Village be showcased here soon. But you can find us flying. First loving ourselves, though, that's flowing. But fly with us. You can find us on Facebook,
Instagram,
Twitter,
YouTube,
SoundCloud.
And as always, you can email us at flywithusla@gmail.com.
So we've given you some self-care, some mindfulness, a mindfulness minute, some brain science, and now we're going to give you some time to process what all you need to hold on to and what you need to let go. But before I let go, I am A Slate.
And I'm Lady Bounce.
And we out.
Peace.